Good afternoon. Welcome. This is the Hot Stocks Market Wrap video for you on Thursday, September 28th. The time is just flying by. We're going to take it right from the top. Last night I had an IBD meetup meeting and co-led part of it and talked about a lot what we're going to talk about today. So we've got a lot to go through and I'm going to run through it here. SSO, this is the leveraged ETF on the S&P 500. Just want to show you something. We always look at a couple of things. We look at price action and we look at volume. Right here, yesterday, SSO gapped up, went up, fell, and then ended up closing up on the day on a pickup in volume. That's exactly what you want to see, and it's above the 8-day. It looks fine. It's constructive. QLD, yesterday, gaps up, runs up, closes okay, heavy volume, but look at the difference here. Above the 8-day, below the 20-day, right at the 8-day, just a bit above the 50-day. Well above the 50-day, right at the 50-day. QLD, which is a lot of the max list stocks, just isn't participating right now. TNA is actually leading the charge. Look at this, walking up the 8-day. This is the Russell 2000 leveraged. That's where money's going, a big town in the small cap stocks, a lot of those. They're really running. It's nice to see. So anyway, there's leadership there. I'm going to go through some charts and just show you some nuances of charts and chart reading. I think this is really, really important. If you really want to learn about charts, study a lot of charts. Tear them apart. So here we go, rock and roll. INOV, going sideways here, resting on the 8-day. You can see a consolidation zone right in here. Up on really heavy volume, going sideways on decreasing volume, right on the 8-day. Taking out 1710, there's an opportunity there. Ultra clean, this is a semiconductor. I want to show this to you. Look at this, resting on the 8-day, lifts off the 8-day on a pickup in volume. Love to see that. Now it's extended, don't buy it up here. The spot to buy was going through right there. That line right there on a heavy volume. But I just want to show you to train your eyes. Goes up, massages around here on the rising 8-day, and lifts off on a pickup in volume. Netflix, just resting here right on the 20-day. Fell on heavy volume, maneuvering around. Perhaps it will bounce off the 20-day. I show you this one to say what does it need to do. If it bounces off the 20-day, which is the blue line, it's going to have to do it on heavy volume to offset this. So we'll have to see what happens. Google, this is the 50-day. Yesterday it had a really good day on a big pickup in volume. That's what you want to see. You had some tops right there. Closed decent yesterday, closed a little bit higher today on average daily volume. Perhaps it'll start to take back off again. By the way, I'm not forecasting. We don't forecast. I don't know the future. Let price and volume tell you what to do. Just follow it. Get in line with it. There's Google. CF, fertilizer stock, going sideways here right on the 8-day. What's one of the negatives you see? First, we'll do the positive. Up on heavy volume, was resting. Right here is a negative. You can say, Pat, why is that a negative? Closed, opened down just a little bit, fell on heavy volume. Yesterday, moved up on less volume than it fell on. Today, it gaps up, goes up, and closes down on the day on a pickup in volume again. Looks like there's some selling right there. The reason I brought this one out here is just to show you the importance of studying price and volume. Federal Express, going sideways. Look at this. Up on heavy volume, gets quiet on volume, and then boom, lifts off the 8-day on a slight pickup in volume. Don't buy it up here. Don't chase it up here. But I just wanted to show you this little floor or this little ceiling right here. I'm going to narrow this down to an hourly chart. Let's see if we can. 30-minute chart. There we go. Look at that. Going sideways, and it lifts off on the 30-minute chart on good volume. That's the 30-minute chart. We go back to the day chart. There it is. Clean and simple. Alibaba, you can say, why do I show you this one? This one was going sideways and fell through the 8-day and the 20-day on a big pickup in volume. The pattern right now is broken. Leave it alone. You say, why is it on the list? I'm not just going to show you the good ones. I want us to train our eyes and mind on what to look for in charts. It's choppy here. Leave it alone till the dust settles. Now look at this one, another max list stock. Baidu, went up, pulled back, fell on a pretty big pickup in volume, found support at the 20-day, and now it's just going sideways. We got 3 up bars in a row. Fairly clean tops right here. Here's the hourly chart. If it can take out these tops right here, going across there, that might be a buy. So we'll watch it and we'll see what happens. Why? I want to show you this one. Right there. There's the tops going across. It fell on heavy volume 4 days ago. Look at that. It's like, oh boy, there's the end of the world. But it's still above the rising 50. It's still at the rising 20. It's right on the rising 8. What does it do 3 days ago? Goes across those tops on a big pickup in volume. Exactly what you want to see. Don't chase it up here. The spot to buy recently is right here, not up here. Don't get emotional and chase. I can't stress that enough. Analog devices, top group, top stocks, top groups. Actually, I flip it. Top groups, top stocks. Going sideways right here. Can it go across these tops on a pickup in volume? Possibly. A little bit more aggressive because this is a shorter base. I prefer a longer base, but it is in the top 10 groups. Freeport-McMoRan lifted off today, pushed through the 50-day on a pickup in volume. Overall, this is a pretty choppy pattern. Just, you can say, why do you show it to you? Just so you can contrast clean and simple with a little bit looser. Goldman Sachs gapped up and it's hanging in fine. Don't think I'd chase it up here, but I just want to show you this. Financials have gotten stronger, and so that's good to see. Here's another one. JP Morgan, just going sideways right up here. Lumber liquidators. This is kind of interesting. A lot of the stocks related to reconstruction and construction are doing fairly well. And it's unfortunate. The reason why is because of these hurricanes. They're going to need a lot of materials. Lumber liquidators is going sideways. And you can say, Pat, what catches your eye on this? A, it's going sideways. It's above the moving averages. It's above the 50. And today, it started to pick up on a slight pickup in volume. Maybe it'll follow through. Lumber liquidators. Is it going to? I don't know. Will that price and volume tell us what to do? Here you go. Teradyne. Teradyne going sideways. Top 10 groups. Semiconductor. Goes up. Falls on heavy volume. Absorbs it. Goes up on good volume yesterday. Fades off a little bit. Another good day on a little bit over average volume. Perhaps it'll take off these tops and go. Again, semiconductors are hot. Biotechnology is very strong. Look at that. Volume. Up on heavy volume. Down on less volume. Up on less volume. Up on heavy volume. Lifting off the 20-day and through the 8-day. Semiconductor or biotechnology. Got to tell you one thing real quick, folks. Be really careful with individual biotechnology stocks. A couple of those can tear your portfolio apart. I can't stress that enough. Home builders. XHB. Look at this. Lifting off. Look at the volume picking up. You say, who cares? I'll show you in a little bit why we look at the ETFs. Nice lift off. Volume's coming up. Remember that. Home builders ETF. ACLS. I had this in the Mission Winners room on the list 2 nights ago. Lifted right through these tops on a big pickup in volume. Exactly what you want to see. That's the daily. All right? Good group, leading stock. We do our homework. It's also got earnings or sales up 40% last quarter. Power. Lifts through those tops on good volume. That's the daily chart. Here's a great trick. Take it down and look at either the hourly, which is right here, and volume was decent, or you can take it down to the 30-minute chart. Volume was okay. Lifting through those tops. Right in here. Follows through and takes off. Exactly what you want to see. Simple tops, vanilla. AEIS. I made a note here. It's choppy. It's in a good group. All right. Flopping around here a little bit. Just seeing if it could take out these tops. What's the one thing that should catch your eye on this? Well, it's a decent pattern forming here. Maybe a longer company handle. It's above the moving averages. Yesterday, the volume. They voted. Perhaps it takes off. I don't know, but we'll watch it. ALRM, going sideways. And you can say, whoa, stop, Pat. That's one ugly bar. What are you talking about? I want to show you something here. Right here it closes. The next day, It opens, gaps down, drops like a frickin' rock, and then comes back up and closes in the top fourth of its range for the day on heavy volume. Folks, they cracked it down and they bought it back up. That's power. That's power. We've got to watch this and see what happens. It's going sideways. So this really was not a bad bar. This bar, it closed down on a big pickup in volume, didn't take out the previous day's lows. So what's the moral of the story? This stock needs to go across these tops, which is where that limit alert is, right there on a big pickup in volume. If it does, it could be a candidate. Baidu, a max list stock, a 40-45 stock, lifting off here, lifting off the 8-day. We've got a limit alert there. If it takes across those tops, that could be good. What catches your eye on volume? Right here that day, it fell on a pretty big pickup in volume versus these days. It's gone back up on less volume. So what's it tell you? If it's going to go across these tops of these 2 days, it needs to do it on heavy volume. If the volume doesn't show up and you buy it, or if you buy it and the volume doesn't show up, it tells you to be cautious. Brooks Automation, semiconductor, just lifting off. Look at those tops right there. And it lifted off on a pickup in volume. Now, you can say, why am I showing you this? Just to show you what we look for. Kind of going sideways, picks up there, and it goes. Now, what's it going to do now? I don't know, but it is in a leading group. Don't chase it up here, though. Spot to buy is here, not here. Cohu started to lift off. Lifted off the 8-day on a pickup in volume yesterday. Just a simple base right there. Semiconductors, leading group, leading stocks. ESNT, Essent Group. This has been written up in Investors Business Daily paper. By the way, I got to tell you, I'm a co-leader for IBD. We have a class once a month and we talk for 2.5 hours about charts and chart analysis and fundamentals. You all need to know this, and I don't work for them and I don't get anything from them. But right now, you can get all the premium content from Investors Business Daily online for free. For free. Everything. I encourage you, go in there and look at some of the stuff. And again, I don't get anything from them. I get no kickbacks. I get no discounts. Nothing. I don't get paid. I just do it for free. I like to educate people. It's just a passion of mine. So wanted to share that with you on IBD. So there's our Investors Daily. There's ESNT. One to watch and see if it follows through. Google had a good day yesterday. Got limit alerts set on this. Perhaps it's going to start to pick up. It's a max list stock, and we know the max list is lagging. INOV, going sideways. Leading group, needs to pick up through these tops. What's one thing that catches your eye that's good? What's a potential negative with it? If you take a look, and I wish we could talk to each other, this bar right here, you can say, oh, that's a green bar. That's great. We must look at the open, we have to look at the range, and we have to look at the close. The stock opened right there, and it went up, and it closed in the bottom fourth of its range on average daily volume. It was met with selling is what it was met with. Needs to lift through these tops right here with a big pickup in volume. And it's lifting off the 8-day. Will it? I don't know. It'll tell us what to do. LGIH. What's LGIH? Well, now it's all going to make sense. I have a list of ETFs that I go through every day first. Right here is the home building ETFs. LGIH? Oh, I'll be darned. It's a home builder. Home building ETF. Heavy volume going up. A home building stock. A leading home building stock. Volume picking up every day. Starting to lift across this base here. Is it going to continue? I don't know. Which leads to a point. We don't forecast. We don't know the future. We get in line with what is. And always remember, a clean and simple base will give you a clean and simple exit if you're wrong. A clean and simple entry is going to give you a clean and simple exit. Remember that. It'll make life easier for you. And if it ain't there, it ain't there. Pass on it. Move on. Microchip. Leading group. Semiconductors. Down on heavy volume. Resting on the 8-day. Volume picked up a little bit. Can this take out this little top right here, these downward sloping trend line? Perhaps. If it does it, and it does it with volume, there's an opportunity. MMSI, Merit Medical, long base, leading group, long base. It's on the bill list. Going sideways right here. Got some green bars in here. Can it? Oh, you can say, well, that's a bad bar. It was down just a little bit. Look at this. It closed this day at $40.85. It closed this day at $40.75. Closed down a dime. Closed down a dime. On low volume. It's not that bad of a bar. Going sideways, that little green hash mark, that's my limit alert. We're almost done here. NVMI on the bill list. Working through here. Got some volume right here. Perhaps it takes out these bigger picture tops. We'll see. NXPI. Nice long base. Semiconductor. Like this base. Needs to lift through these tops right here on a pickup in volume. There's a trick for you, by the way, folks. You can say, Pat, why don't you have your limit alert right up there? No, put it a little earlier so you can watch it and watch the action, watch the price action, and watch the volume action if it hits that spot. Ollie's going sideways. Leading stock has been just going sideways. Perhaps it'll lift through these tops. One to watch. We're almost done. Solar Edge, I wanted to show you this. This was on my list from 3 nights ago. Put it on the list 3 nights ago. And yesterday it took off across these tops. Look at this. We're going to show you something here. This is called sweet potato pie. Just going sideways. Simple base vanilla. Up on heavy volume to boom. Goes up on a slight pickup. Simple. Above the 50, on the 20, right above the 8. Just going sideways. Nothing fancy. Look what happens here. Goes sideways. Boom. They voted. People talk with their mouths and vote with their pocketbooks. And by Jove, right there, they voted. And we talked about that in the Mission Winners Room. That's nice. Right there, there's the volume. They bought it. Daily, hourly, or 30-minute hourly. Look at the volume that came into that. They voted. They bought it. Is it going to continue? I don't know. I don't know the future. Nobody does. But it lifted through this line on a pickup in volume. More times than not, that leads to good things. Leading group. By the way, top 10 groups, solar. There you go. Leading groups, leading stocks. It's ingrained in us. Scientific Games was another one that was on my list 2 nights ago. Going sideways right here. Hourly chart. Here's the daily. Going sideways. We're going to show you something here really cool. Look at that. There it is. That's what I was looking at the night before. I put it on the list because of this. Going sideways. There it is. The next day, boom, off on a pickup in volume. Today, nice quiet inside day on low volume. That's exactly what you want to see. There's the hourly right here. Here's the 30-minute right there. Folks, that wasn't mom and dad buying. That was some real volume kicking into it, baby. Look at this. We'll move it over there. There's the 30 minutes. This is a 30-minute chart going sideways, and it picks off. There's the 30-minute, and there's the daily again, lifting off the 8-day. That's what we want to see. Top groups. That's the video. That's the hot stock video for tonight. I hope this helps you. I'm going to put a list out to the Mission Winners Feeble of stocks that I'm interested in for tomorrow. I just wanted to show you this. Yes, is this a little long? Yes, it is. I hope you find it worth your time. Let me know. If you'd like a shorter video, give me some input. I appreciate it. The reason I'm doing this is this. I want to speed up your learning curve. I'm trying to be the guy that I wish I had when I first started doing this. You can say, when did I first start doing this? I started doing this in 1986. So I was there for the crash of 87 and everything else. But I love this. It's fun. I love the markets and I love teaching about it. So thank you very much. I hope you all have a good night and a safe night. Take care. Thank you.